welcome to another episode of Acoustics Unfiltered. I'm your host, Sabi Hawa.
I'm Mike.
And we have the wonderful V.
Hi, guys.
Well, technically speaking, it's, how do you say,
V question mark K.
Yeah.
Vuk. How do you say it? I don't know.
It's just Vic. It's just Vic. It's kind of like, you know how Pink has like the exclamation point, but just upside down.
Yeah.
I was like, I cannot do the same.
Yeah. No,
And also, I'm someone that just like questions way too much. And so I'm just like, instead of the exclamation point, I'm just going to put a question mark. Instead.
Yeah, I was struggling with it for a while. I was thinking,
I know.
I thought you made a mistake. I just pressed the wrong button.
I like it because, you know, when you're looking for Vic, we know it's you specifically we're looking for.
Sometimes it's the weird, odd thing that makes people uncomfortable that will make them remember you.
Yeah, stand
absolutely.
out.
So,
Vic who? As you said in the show.
Vic who? Yeah, I chose my Instagram name for that as well because it had to be a question. Because you cannot put a question mark in the username. So I just was like, who is that? Like, Vic who?
I thought that was your full stage name at the time.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, it's cool as well.
I thought so. So that's why I thought it was your full stage name.
That could work.
It's all right.
So let's start then at the beginning.
Yeah.
Who is Vic? See what I did there?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So clever.
Who is Vic? Oh my God. It changes every day.
Oh.
That's why I also chose like the question mark because I feel like throughout life, like there's so much that we learn about ourselves. And there's always kind of that feeling that sometimes you're aware of it, sometimes not. And then when it happens, you're like, oh, I didn't know that I was this or I was that.
Yeah.
So what I feel like, didn't want to start off like really deep right away, but I'm just like made like that. But who I am a 24-year-old Italian guy from Milan.
Nice.
From Milan. Actually born in Genoa, so on the coast side, but like a bit of a half and half.
Nice.
Representing the coast. Not the West Coast from America. It's our kind of coast. And I've been here in the UK for 5 years. I write English songs. I've recently started writing in my native language as well.
Yeah.
And I make pop music, all about like fun and colors and just like emotion. And I believe that music is supposed to be a tool that will inspire people to feel their authentic emotion at the rawest point, whichever the color is.
Yeah.
Because that's what makes us live life. And I think that if we start denying it little by little, then you start like missing out so many things about life, and we never know how long we have left on this planet.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And so my mission with my music is hopefully to just bring more emotion in people's hearts. And,
Well, later on when they hear you sing, they'll know what you mean. Cause
Exactly.
the voice does, it evokes emotion there.
It does the job, so yes.
Thanks, guys.
But before we get into all your music stuff, let's go back. Let's take a plane all the way over to Italia. And let's talk us through. So what was it like growing up here in Italy?
So it was interesting. So it was basically, I've always been like very, I'd say, extroverted and very just like out there, and I've never really considered myself a shy person.
Okay.
So I grew up firstly in Genoa, which is on the coast side, and it's known to be a bit more, it's actually, I think if I'm not wrong, don't quote me on this, but like the city with the most old people in Italy.
Oh,
all of
no.
Italy.
That's going to be very conservative then.
Yeah,
traditional.
quite a little bit.
Yeah.
And up until when I was like 10, 11, and then my parents and I and my brother, we moved to Milan, which is like far bigger city and kind of like a very European city in Italy.
Yeah.
And so like growing up in Italy, the first few years of my life, I have like obviously just a couple memories and stuff, and I've always felt like I don't know, I was just always bursting with energy and doing a lot of things, but I always felt like something was off a little bit. But then when I started like growing up and being a bit more conscious about what that weirdness was, I just like found myself quite soon, quite early on, because I think I've always been like a very open book, even with myself. And so I was just in my identity, my queerness, and just the way that I look at life and everything. I've always been like very just it is what it is, and like
you are who you are. So
so in Italy, it was like Milan really helped me, I think, with the internationalness of that city. And going to, I went to an international school as well, being surrounded by a lot of different cultures. It was like a German school, so I learned German all my life.
Oh, nice.
And that like really helps with like broadening your horizons, like mentally and everything. So yeah, living in Italy, especially in a city like Milan, really helped me grow into the person that I am now.
So were
Oh.
you like conscious of that cultural shift between Genoa,
Hmm.
basically old peopleville, and then
Oh
what's
my God.
what he said?
I didn't
That's what he
say
said.
that.
You said it was in the Golden Girl. You said it was
That's what
a,
you
like an episode
said.
of Golden. Okay, anyway.
He just said a statistic
Owen
that
Peeville.
he just said something that may be true for Genoa. That's
Okay,
all.
that's true. Yeah, you
Yeah,
didn't confirm
He
it.
said, "Don't
Yeah.
quote me," and here you are re-quoting him, like
Yeah.
misquoting him. In fact, I should say.
My apologies if you live in
No,
Genoa.
it's fine.
It's not.
Like
Yeah.
I actually went back for Christmas. Just now it's January, so over Christmas I went back because I have parts of my family there,
Yeah.
and I still love it to pieces. Obviously, it's like where I grew up, and I miss the sea so much. And just like there's that nostalgia factor
Of
that of like
course.
places that are a bit maybe slow at evolving
Yeah.
at the pace that we are now in society. That there's a beauty to it, and I think
Absolutely.
part of the beauty that everyone knows Italy for is for that. I think
Yeah, and
like
seafood and
the culture, just like going there and you feel like you're in a museum all the time
Yeah,
because there's
yeah.
so many like ancient things, and there's a lot of history and stuff. So like I feel like there's a beauty to it as
Yeah.
well, for it
Absolutely.
not being like a London 2.0, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I love London as well, but it's like very different kinds of beauties.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No,
So
You made Vic have to do a disclaimer after that.
no, it's fine. It's
Old
fine.
people
No,
feel.
that's what you said, isn't it? I mean,
No.
that's what you said. No, right.
no, it's completely fine. Don't worry.
So it's almost like as if like it's part of your evolution. It was well timed because as you were evolving as a human,
Mhm.
you moved to an environment that kind of allowed you to be yourself.
Mhm.
So okay, you went to the German school. What did you study?
In uni, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Uni, I went to Guildford in
Okay.
Surrey, and I studied
Oh.
music composition.
Oh right, so you
Oh,
came here.
nice.
We came here.
When I was 19.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah,
when I was 11,
oh.
I went to Milan, and
Yeah.
then until 18, 19, I was there, and then I came here in 2019, September.
So what was the reason you came here was for uni or?
Was for uni, and was
Okay.
obviously because like I started writing music when I was, well, the very first time it was like when I was 15.
Hmm.
And then I just like being in international school and stuff. I don't know. I mean, I was speaking in a lot of different languages, but not much in Italian actually.
Oh,
And so
Oh.
I started writing in English ever since I started writing. It
Oh,
was it has
okay.
always been in English.
Oh right.
And so I felt like I resonated more with the language, and I also felt like for it to like, since it's such a universal language, and I want to get to as many people as possible. And I think it's just so special to have one language that everyone pretty much knows. So I was like, I'm gonna just focus on that, and I feel more comfortable with that, and I felt like it was a bit easier as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's the reason why I was like, if I'm doing English music, I should look into
Yeah,
the
yeah.
UK and like,
Yeah.
where I should
Okay.
go.
So there was
The other option was gonna
plan
be
to
the
it.
US, but it's also
Nah,
so
go
far
there.
away,
Don't-
really,
Yeah.
really expensive, and
Yeah.
being away from my family for so many kilometers
Yeah,
away.
it's
Yeah.
a lot
I'm
of
like,
way.
it's a commitment. It's like big,
Absolutely.
and and I'm lucky to have come to the UK. I think now with Brexit and everything,
Yes.
I'm allowed to stay without having to pay a visa, which is
Oh,
yeah, because
well
I've been
done.
right before Brexit, so I was really, really lucky for that.
Lucky.
Because I have a lot of people that would love to come here right now.
Yeah.
They're musicians as well,
Mm.
but it's really tough right now because of Brexit and everything. So back to your question.
Also,
Yeah.
sorry, I just want to cut in.
Yeah.
How many languages do you speak?
Italian, English, and German pretty fluently. And then part of my family is from South America, so I know a bit of Spanish. And I've
Nice.
learned a little bit of French, but those two I don't really count them. But yeah.
That's 5 then, is that?
Basically,
no.
he's like,
No, it's three.
three, but really five.
Actually,
you tried to like limit it, like it wasn't too much. You
I'm
just
just
said
very
5.
honest. I'm
He's like, 3
I'm-
fantastically, and
Yeah.
I've got another 2 in my back pocket.
Well, that's I think when I was at school, I felt like that was like my strength. It was like language and communication.
Yeah.
I was
Nice.
really crap at everything else. So yeah, I brag a little about that one, but
Yeah, you should. It's
Come on, I
worth
speak
it.
one language.
Just don't ask me to
That's
make
debatable,
any
even the
math.
one she's. Anyway, moving on. Sorry.
What?
Shade.
I didn't
He
say
always
what
tries. You didn't say what you just said.
I
Because
didn't
Vic
hear
didn't
that.
say nothing.
Vic didn't hear me anyway, so it doesn't
I
matter.
didn't hear it. It's fine.
When we watch this over, then everyone will hear you.
Sometimes she struggles to speak English, is what some people have said.
You're some people.
Anyway.
Some people.
I do too sometimes when I'm back at
No,
home
but
for
you
too
have
long.
an excuse. You've got 5 to pick.
Yeah, you're
But
very-
I don't
Great.
struggle.
Yeah,
Thank you
okay.
very much.
I
You
would-
just exacerbate
I
me.
apologize. I was trolling.
That was very Italian of you.
So wait, so you said you started writing or getting to music when you were 15. So
Yeah.
prior to that, what were your what was your focus? What were your hobbies? It wasn't music, or it was still music, but you just didn't get into it yet.
Yeah, so it was always music. I think thanks to my mom, she was always that kind of mom that wanted to put like their kids. It's four of us.
Yeah.
She wanted to put to give everyone a different instrument.
Oh, nice.
And ever since it was small, my first instrument when I was 6, it was the cello.
Okay, well,
So-
that's not a small. That's just quite heavy, isn't it?
It's like,
Right.
but I played it until I was like 11ish.
Okay,
And
okay.
then when I moved, I stick to it for like another year, and then I started doing piano lessons.
Bloody
And it
hell.
was always like, you're still in that age where you're not really deciding what you want to do, but your mom is just like imposing
Yeah.
you things. But
Yeah.
I'm glad she did, because I did develop a passion for music,
Mm.
and that was really handy to like broadening my horizons and everything. So I would say, like, hobby wise, like music was always involved, and then around the age when you start becoming a bit more conscious about what you're doing, I was like, I really want to do music. But I was also doing a lot of sports. Yeah, my mom was just sports, music, studying.
Busy,
Get it
busy,
all
busy.
in. Get it all
Grow
in.
your brain, grow your body.
Yeah, for real, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so where are you in the hierarchy of siblings? If there's 4 of you,
Third.
Oh.
Number
third
3.
child is normally the most troublesome, you know.
Is it?
Yeah, that's
The
what I've
number
heard.
3 is my favorite number. It's my
Yeah.
lucky number.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Do
right.
your other siblings carry on with their instruments? Are they into music?
Actually, my sister did. So she's the second child.
Okay.
She's a violinist.
Oh,
Nice.
bloody hell.
She's quite older than me. She's 36.
Okay.
She has
Oh,
2
okay.
kids.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And but yeah, she did violin. She traveled and played with orchestras and stuff, because my mom
Nice.
pushed her as well with
Yeah.
that.
Oh.
And yeah, but she's not like doing it as much anymore. Just not like I'm doing it
Yeah.
proper career,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
she left it a little bit.
Still,
But
talent's there, isn't it?
yeah, and we're both the Scorpios of the family, so
Oh.
we're like the weird ones, I guess. The outcast a little bit.
Oh.
So, in terms of what's the timeline we're talking about now, so you've come to London. So, was there apart from the language, because you're already kind of accustomed to uh, how can I put it, like cosmopolitan lifestyle living in Milan anyway. But was there a conscious change or discernible change for you between Milan and then London, or was it all just pretty
So
much the same?
in between before going to London, I did live in Guildford.
Oh yeah, it's not
So
the same. Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of like, I actually was really happy to do that, also because no one would know that in 2020 the pandemic happened
Yeah,
and the whole thing.
absolutely.
And I think when I did go back home, which I don't know if you remember, but like Italy at the beginning of the pandemic was
Yeah, it
like,
was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, so
Really
everyone
needed
was
the
like, oh
time.
my God, concerned. And I remember I was at uni, and my dad called me and was like, we need you to come back home, because
Yeah.
we don't know what's going to
Fair
happen.
enough.
And I remember being then part of the pandemic. I was in Milan and living still in a big city. It's 10 times smaller as London, which is crazy. But it's
Wow.
still, yeah, but it's,
Didn't realize.
yeah, it's
Oh.
actually 10 times smaller.
Bloody hell.
It's crazy. But Genoa is even smaller.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's still quite a big city, and living in a city like that during the pandemic and everything, like, it's crazy. I think the concept of it. But back to your question. Sorry, I was digressing.
No, really, it's part of the podcast. You keep
Yeah.
going. It's like you want to go.
Well, living in Guildford was really nice, because it was kind of like a soft launch
Yeah,
into UK culture, I think.
Okay.
Just it's in the countryside. It's not too far away from London, so every now and then I would go with the train,
Nice.
come into London for some events, and start it off straight in like uni life. So people
Yeah.
my age with my passion, and it was really great. And then staying there 3 years from 2019 to 2022. Moving in, I think it was the right time, because
Yeah.
I adapted a little bit to the culture.
Okay.
And then now I just wanted to pick up the pace now
Yeah.
that the lockdown was over,
Yeah.
and I
Smooth.
could like go out.
It's a
Yeah,
smooth
well, I
transition.
think it was like, yeah, smooth, quite smooth transition, I would say.
Ah, we like that.
Oh, that's a
But
blessing.
I want to ask you though. So,
Mhm.
going back to quickly randomly to the pandemic, because
Mhm.
obviously we experienced it, but we were here.
Yeah.
You experienced it in another country.
Mhm.
How was it during the pandemic in Milan?
Mm.
I'm trying to wonder if it was different, because it was a bit chaos over here.
I think it was like, it depends, like in the period there was like the first kind of wave as well, and then everyone was out, and then the second winter as well, it was the second wave. It was it really depended on the period, and every day, everyone was checking the news if new rules were put out. So like sometimes it was really, yeah, but overall I would say it was, I mean, I'm lucky enough to have a really nice house in Milan,
Yeah.
and I had my space. And
Okay.
that was actually during the second half of the pandemic. But the first half, I flew into Genova. I didn't
Mhm.
actually fly into Milan first,
Okay.
and we stayed in my grandpa's house,
Yeah.
which is in the countryside.
Mhm.
And so it was like away from
From everybody.
everyone at
Yeah.
first. So the first big, when everyone had the scare of the
Yeah,
whole
Yeah.
thing, the
went to-
worst bit, I think,
Oh, wow.
it was like I cannot like complain too much, because like
Yeah.
it was really really okay with my family. But mentally, obviously, after a while, when you're in the same space,
Exactly.
especially after you had just like moved abroad
Yeah,
and
you've just
everything.
started this next stage of your life to then come back and be confined with your
Yeah,
family
I
day to day.
was with my dad and everything, and then we would start arguing about
Oh.
because I had just recently, I think, started trying to become vegan.
Yeah.
I'm not
Oh,
vegan
oh
anymore.
no, that must
But
have frustrated your dad
Yeah.
then.
What do
He
you
was
mean you
like,
don't want to be? What do you mean?
no, for real, yeah.
I'm trying to feed everybody. Come on.
Yeah, don't be so annoying. So yeah, but it's fine. Like we all made it out, and I wrote some hefty songs out of that period.
Yeah,
'Cause it
a lot of
was,
people have said that during
yeah,
that period of time, it was one of the most creative periods for
yeah,
whatever reason.
yeah. I actually, one of the songs in my recent album that I released from my Italian album, the first song that actually started it off. It's a song about kind of like longing for like your family to be like close to you, because
Mm.
there was a period when like it was kind of like a gray zone of like people can still go out, but it was still a bit weird. And
Mm.
I was back in the UK, but I was far away from home, and my grandpa passed away.
Oh,
I'm so
sorry.
And
sorry.
yeah, and he was in hospital, and no one was allowed
Oh,
to like see
Yeah.
him.
man.
Oh.
So we were like on the phone with him, FaceTiming,
Terrible.
and the whole thing. And I just felt like, yeah, it was hefty. But
Yeah, that's
you know,
tough.
if you allow your emotions to take over, it might be hard at first. But then with like, if you have the blessing of doing music, which I
Yeah.
think it is a blessing, to kind of understand and go through the motions of it all,
Yeah.
and kind of finding a reason to it. It's beautiful what can come out of it,
Yeah.
because you can
Absolutely.
really kind of like capture that feeling and look at it and not be as scared about it.
Yeah, otherwise you
Sometimes,
just bottle it up, isn't it?
Yeah.
About the music.
yeah, it's kind of like I see it as little treasures of
Mm.
life when I write a song, and you just like put it in your home, and you
Yeah.
remember like, oh, that song I wrote
Yeah.
when I was in
Yeah.
that. And it's nice to look at it with distance.
Yeah.
But also like if you want, you can stare at it and like reminisce it. But it's nice that it's kind of like a spell. Like you just put it together
Oh.
like that.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
And it lives forever as well,
Yeah.
It
regardless.
lives forever, exactly.
And sometimes I feel like when you when you listen to well, I don't write songs, so I'm not listening to as you guys. But when I listen to a song, sometimes I had a particular feeling when I listened to that song then.
Mm.
But now, like you say, with distance, it's the same song, but it sometimes invokes a different feeling completely.
Absolutely.
Albeit it's the exact same words, the exact same beat and
Mhm.
everything. So it's just, I guess it's where I am now,
Exactly.
how I perceive that piece of
Yeah,
work.
even like the art of interpreting a piece of art,
Mm.
whether it's paintings or music and stuff. I think it's beautiful how, because everyone is so different,
Mm.
and everyone becomes different at different stages of life,
Yeah.
and you keep on evolving, you have so many different interpretations of the same thing
Mm.
that are completely fair, and everyone
Yeah.
can interpret it the way they want. So it's really beautiful.
Mm.
Really cool.
You
I'm
joker.
trying to be a tough guy, but that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So then, we're fast forwarding back to London again,
Hmm.
the big city.
Big city, big city
And you
life.
started, you're doing your music and stuff. So, at what point, I guess, what would you say? We'll go into a bit more detail after
Mhm.
we hear you sing. But roughly speaking, what's your genre? What would you say your genre kind of is?
I've always been really
And has it evolved as well, by the way?
yeah, I've always loved pop in general, because pop is the formula that is meant to be consumed by a lot of people,
Mhm.
which I think it has a really bad reputation at times for it, but I go against that, because I think there's something really beautiful about like uniting people with messages.
Yeah.
And sometimes it does tend to sometimes go into like commerciality and the
Yeah.
whole
Mhm.
thing of it. But I think I can probably say like pop. I'd say pop, and
Yeah.
I've experimented with like EDM, so electronic dance
Okay.
music as
Yeah.
well. But I've always come from like I come from like soulful background. So
Mhm.
like when I grew up listening to like Motown music, and
Nice.
so my first songs I was writing like at the piano.
Mm.
You know.
Oh, you play piano as well, on top of everything else.
Yeah, no, yeah, because yeah, just like yeah, I love the piano. That's my favorite instrument right now. I'm just like playing everything on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say like pop, into acoustic, and then I like to digress into EDM to just have a complete different vibe. And now I'm just like experimenting a bit with even UK sounds.
Yeah.
I'm doing. Next month I'm going into a session. We're doing like a garage song.
What?
Hey.
Encourage, yeah, like, Oh,
I love it.
okay.
I just love music, so I'm just like I just wanna dip all the colors in and see what comes
Yeah, I
out.
love it when people can just
Nice.
experiment with different, use
Yeah.
their voice and experiment with
Yeah,
different
sometimes
genres.
like you lose yourself a little bit in it.
Yeah.
I think that's my one critique to
As in what?
myself.
As in you don't know which one to pick, or what do you mean?
Sometimes I just look back and I'm like, who is this? Because I love to just like let everything out, but then there's so much to every one of us
Okay.
that you just let out, and you're trying to put all the dots together,
I see what you're saying.
and that's where you need a therapist.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're like, what the heck?
Yeah, you got a
What
point.
did that come? Where did that come from? Where did that? Anyways, no, that was just a joke. But
Interesting. Good. So so now you've given us a little bit of a taste. We're gonna go a bit more in detail and see,
Mhm.
you know, your songs and your
Mhm.
process, etc., etc. Let's give the people what they want, what they're baying for,
Mhm.
which is like one of your first tracks. So what are you gonna perform for?
I was gonna play for you guys one of my Italian songs.
Okay,
Nice.
nice.
It's called Incendio. You can call it Incendio in English as well.
Oh yeah, okay.
I know that if you're a fan, are you fans of Harry Potter? Or...
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a spell even in the English version that's called Incendio. So like,
Yeah, he goes Incendio. Yeah.
and there's the
Okay.
fire.
Yeah.
It basically
Okay.
means like blazing fire.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll give you a little context about the song since it's like an Italian, so I don't assume that a lot of people will
No.
understand the lyrics.
Well, I mean, I might know a little bit.
Not us.
You won't.
Directly.
You won't. Yeah.
But yeah, essentially it's just a song. So it's from my EP that just came out in November.
What's it called?
The EP is called Cuore Elemento, which means like element of the heart.
Oh,
And it kind of like it's a 4-track EP that recalls the 4 elements. So Earth, Wind.
Wait, so just one song for each element, or
Yeah.
Ooh.
So it's like, and Incendio is like the fire element.
That's sick.
I'm like I love like whimsical things and just like creating like a concept for like the music, because I love when it goes beyond music and it goes like visual, or it goes there's a deeper meaning to things. And that's the song of like fire, and the whole EP kind of like, just a brief description, is kind of like these 4 it's 4 different elements, but it's also 4 different ways of dealing with your own internal emotions. In which like the earth element is the moment when you feel like someone is blocking your emotions, and so like you feel like you need to let some emotions out in a relationship, and it's the song that I've played at the gig. You guys' gig. Moai. And that's the song about that. And then there's another song called Superficie, which is the water one, which is kind of like being able to rise above your emotions and not letting them like take over you, and just like floating on the surface of the water. That's why it's like the water one.
This is genius level. How did you come up with that concept?
I don't know. I just have too much time to think.
It's just Vic, yeah.
Come on, man.
It's Vic.
I have way too much time on my hands.
Come on, that's not a normal set of songs.
And the fire one is when actually you get trapped into the emotions and they take over you, and it's really
I
blazing.
like that.
It's like a fire and stuff, and sometimes it can really consume you.
All right.
But you know, we all go through it. We all have arguments and fights, and it's about a breakup that didn't go down very well.
Yeah.
I mean, they rarely do.
They really do. And
Right, some of them
then
are, right?
there's the air one, which is the one about my grandfather. That is just like, I felt like with the element of air, there's people like you can't really see air. It's kind of like a little bit like invisible, and it just feels like it's when you're missing any kind of emotion, and you just feel like you have like a hole inside of you, and it's like it was a really like depressive episode during the pandemic for me, and so I just wanted to represent that one with like kind of like just kind of like an emptiness of it.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, that sounds like a masterpiece, to be honest.
No, that's
listen to it.
great concept.
But yeah,
Flipping
thanks.
hell.
And I wanted to sing you guys the Incendio song.
Okay.
I have it here on my.
Right, so you're gonna do your
laptop.
thing.
Non è facile sapere estinguere un pensiero. Stato fragile quando dovevo essere sincero. Come brucia la fiducia, prende fuoco più di un fiammifero. Non ti lascia altra scelta che demolire anche tutto il bello. Avidità, avidità, c'è tra i ricordi che mi spettano. Uccidi il futuro prossimo. Oh, fa più male una bugia o la verità. Fuori tutte le emozioni, troppi cassettoni che straripano pensieri dell'altro ieri. Adesso litighiamo alla ricerca di un ti amo mai pronunciato, mentre brucia l'incendio. Quest'inverno sarà freddo e tu lo sai, yeah. Tra le ceneri ci sono le parole che ho detto e non detto, che forse avrei detto, ma non c'è più un tempo ormai. Come brucia la fiducia, prende fuoco più di un fiammifero. Non ti lascia altra scelta che demolire anche tutto il bello. Mi manca il respiro. Fuori tutte le emozioni, troppi cassettoni che straripano pensieri dell'altro ieri. Adesso litighiamo alla ricerca di un ti amo mai pronunciato. Sarà destino, colpa mia, forse ho sbagliato, lo so, a giocare col fuoco, però ora brucia l'incendio. Yeah, ora brucia l'incendio, ora brucia l'incendio. Forse ho sbagliato, lo so, a giocare col fuoco, però ora brucia l'incendio, ora brucia l'incendio. Ora brucia l'incendio.
Woo! Oh, yes.
Top, mate. Bloody
Oh,
hell.
my days, yes.
Thank you, guys.
It really flows, the Italian, you know?
Yes.
All right, great.
Oh, no, that's a great song. Oh, my days.
Yeah. You know, like, well, once upon a time when I was younger, I used to think that when I thought of music, I never thought of anything outside of the English language, really. Maybe it's French a little bit. I didn't really
Okay.
think of Italian.
Mm.
You'd think of it in, like, in the opera sense.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
about it.
I think that's when someone thinks of Italian music.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you guys what would you
Yeah.
think? And
Although I watched a series once that had Italian rap in it. I was like,
Okay.
what?
Nice.
These guys rap? I didn't realise. It was good. Because you know, like French rap, you know, not like French rap's big, but you've heard French rap. But most people, a lot of other countries do other things, other genres that you normally associate only with English because
Yeah.
that's my
Yeah,
first language.
yeah,
But obviously, people will do alt rock, they'll do hip hop, they'll do different things.
yeah,
Then I realized, oh, actually, there is a whole other world out there with the same genres that I know,
Yeah.
just in different languages.
Yeah,
yeah.
Obviously, then you came to the show and you were just singing. I was like, oh, yeah. Here you go. Incendio.
Incendio.
That was beautiful.
It's like,
Yeah.
thank you
Ah.
guys. Thanks for having me.
Do you plan on doing a video for it?
I actually released a music video for it. It was my first ever music video. That really is.
How was it?
Ooh.
How was it? How was it?
It was really cool. It's like, first time, and I was just really nervous. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but I actually had to drink a little bit before the.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Courage.
I was
Well,
just
how
like,
much
I
is a
need
little
to
bit?
loosen up a little.
How much is a little bit?
I mean, I don't need a lot to like get.
Oh yeah, one of those. Yeah. Lightweight. Yeah.
We actually had like an Italian like liquor.
Oh yeah.
Oh, was it a
like,
strong one?
well, kind of like those liquor that you have at the end of the meal.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
I needed
yeah,
to be
yeah.
like I needed to
A pair of
get it
shoes or whatever.
quick.
Oh.
So we went to the supermarket, me and the girl that helped me out.
Yeah.
And we just bought a little bottle, and she was like, "Okay, Vic, loosen up."
Yeah.
Oh,
No, but a little
bless.
bit. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
want to
yeah.
sound like I just got like straight up drunk. We
No.
had like a fun time, and I have like
Good.
I've posted about a couple of the behind the scenes. It was really fun.
It helps. That is like a little bit of discourage, sometimes.
Yeah, it helps. I've heard stories from like the videographer of way worse.
Oh,
I'm
right.
not gonna say. I'm not gonna
Oh,
say.
right.
You're gonna expose.
No.
Oof.
But no, it was fun. It's nice to see a different. It was the first time that I was doing a music video and just seeing a different iteration of like the same kind of feeling that you're trying to portray just
Yeah.
visually.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
visual art, I think is just a massive other field that I don't know much about as much as music, and it's so beautiful to see when it just comes to light.
So we're like you leading on the creative side of what you wanted the video to look like.
Yeah, so like I had actually an idea in the beginning. I wanted that didn't come to fruition because I just like first time doing a music video. I think I got a bit too overwhelmed.
No
with it.
budget. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
budget as well
Yeah.
and everything. And I had this idea that I wanted it to be on like a beach with a bonfire.
Ooh, that'd be
and-
nice.
That would have been nice.
Yeah. At night
Ye-
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, but legally it's really difficult to do it
Yeah.
because you're supposed to get permission for it because otherwise it might go out of control. You might burn
Yeah.
down like a whole place.
Yeah.
And you don't
Unlikely,
want to
but
you don't
yeah.
want to risk it and the whole
Yeah.
thing. And it was my first video, so I was like, oh my god, okay.
Maybe next time you do
But
it.
yeah, we did it in Turin in Italy, and yeah, it was like the three of us, and we just used some like red veils. It's quite
Still quite
good.
symbolic,
I
isn't
think I
it?
saw a clip of it on your Instagram.
Yeah. There's some clips of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm proud of it because it's been a long time coming that I wanted to just have a music video.
Yeah.
And once you break the ice and you're like, I'm gonna do it, and however it comes out, you're gonna
Yeah.
improve on it, and
Yeah.
next time you've learned something.
You should
from
do
it.
one for all four of
Exactly.
them. You should do one for ice. Go to Sweden and do that one.
Yeah, that
Air,
one.
I don't know what you can do for air. I don't
Well,
know,
I did another
skydive.
one. I did the other one for the wind element for
Oh,
the stormy
nice.
and I actually went to Brighton to do that.
Oh,
one.
Nice.
okay.
And that was
That's windy-
exactly
windy
the idea
city.
that I had.
Right.
It was great because I had my friend Akira Kai. He's amazing. I met him on on the set of another music video for a friend of mine, and I just hit him up. I was
Yeah.
like, "Listen, dude, I only have this budget.
Yeah.
Is there any chance that you can help me? Let's just go to Brighton and like
Yeah.
record some stuff." And he was super down to it.
Yeah. Oh,
And it
nice.
exactly came
Great.
out the way that I wanted.
Perfect. You see?
Yeah, so
Good
I'm
friends
very
before
good.
sometimes.
So it's on YouTube if you guys
Yeah.
want to check
Oh,
it
wow.
out.
Oh, I'm gonna look out for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was gonna ask you. So regarding your not necessarily only your genre, but in your bio, you talked about how you like to have like hidden meanings
hmm
in your songs.
hmm
So do you want to talk us through that a bit for the people that don't know?
I think what I mean with hidden meanings is kind of like back again to the fact that I love pop music. It's just like sometimes there's not a lot of space for um intriguing messages
Yeah.
sometimes. It's really or at least it's really hard to nail like the formula.
Yeah.
And so the beauty of it is sometimes you can on the apparent side, you can on the first layer, you can just do like a pop song and
Mm.
everyone sings along to it. And have you ever had the feeling of like when you listen to a song after years and years and it's like your favorite song, but just on a random day, you just listen to the same song that you've been listening to for years
Yeah.
and you discover a new way of interpreting
Murder,
it.
She Wrote.
Yeah.
And
Murder, She Wrote. Them players. Yeah.
and whether it's maybe intentional from the artist or not, and it's
Yeah.
just your interpretation
Yeah.
of it. I love when there's just like multiple layers of things.
Yeah.
And I guess with hidden meanings, it's kind of like no one that just maybe with the algorithm of Spotify maybe finds out Incendio does know that it belongs to an EP with
Yeah.
4 elements. Like
Yeah.
it is a song that clearly calls out fire, but you
Mm.
wouldn't know about the bigger picture
Yeah.
until
Yeah.
you discover the rest. So some stuff like that. Or for example, I have a song that I'm gonna hopefully release this year,
Mm.
which is called Ghost Rhythm.
Mm.
And it's a song about like kind of like I wrote it with the same when my grandpa passed away, and I felt like I was really stuck in the pandemic,
Mm.
and it felt like every day was the same, but in the sense of not doing anything.
Oh,
You know,
okay,
so it's
okay.
like rhythmically the same, but it felt like a dead rhythm.
Yeah.
So that's why I called it like ghost rhythm.
Okay.
But it's actually like a dance song, and like
Oh,
you can
right.
really dance to it. There's a drop to it, and like it's really
Okay.
really rhythmic.
Nice.
And so like a lot of people just dance to it, but then if you listen to the lyrics, I'm literally saying in the pre-chorus, I don't know what's going on. I don't like my favorite song. And then I forgot the rest. But it's kind of like I'm suffocating.
All
but I
right.
don't.
It's
But I
quite
don't
deep
know.
stuff.
Yeah, but I don't know how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that kind of like whether it's good or bad, you lose the compass.
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
But like with the song being so full of like production and
Everyone
rhythm
dances
to
to
it,
it, and
you just dance
yeah.
to it. But then if you find yourself maybe one day that you're in Brighton and you're looking at the ocean or whatever,
Yeah.
and you listen to the same song and you're on your own and just
Yeah.
a different setting or whatever clicks in your head, and you just have this
Yeah.
other meaning that if you want to, you can like once you discover that, you can maybe you can unsee it, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's nice to just have the balance of both.
Yeah, it changes the
Yeah.
meaning of
Yeah.
the song, the feeling of
So
the
I
song.
always
Yeah.
like to send a message, but I also love the lightness of pop music. So that's what I try to convey with the songs that I write.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you're like
Yeah.
you're not average pop. I don't know what to call that.
Some people call it like purposeful pop.
Yeah.
There's
Mm.
Melanie
Yeah, that's-
Martinez, which she does an interview years ago that she calls her stuff like
Oh,
purposeful.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd like,
That's more.
Yeah.
I want to go in that
Abs-
direction.
Yeah,
Hopefully
because
to do that.
you know, like the commercial pop, really, what they're saying is what they're basically saying. Really,
Yeah.
there's nothing to it. That's just it, and the purpose of it is to have a bit of a jingle and
Yeah.
a jam.
Yeah, which
But yours
is
was
still
fine.
fair.
Yeah.
It's like it all depends on like if you're honest with your art.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing wrong with
No,
like
no.
doing feel good
Absolutely.
songs, and like some songs get synced in movies,
Yeah.
and maybe they serve more as being a sync in
Yeah,
a
yeah.
movie during a scene than a standalone song for
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
But the whole purpose of the song was to get you up and dance.
Yeah.
And like what is it? What's the song called? Like Gangnam Style by
Oh, that's a tune, by the way.
I actually
That's
I've
a
never
tune.
looked up the
Don't-
meaning.
careful.
Maybe it has a deep meaning.
Don't be dissing. That's a tune.
Oh, absolutely
That's a
no.
tune.
That was my childhood. You don't
Oh,
understand.
man.
I was.
I don't know what you're saying,
You
but
know,
I
every
will
time
tune.
the virality of a song
Yeah.
it's crazy because the element of virality is just kind of sometimes there's not a need to overcomplicate things
Yeah.
and just look into things. Sometimes it's nice to keep it light.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
so
great
I
song.
love that
Yeah.
music as well. But whenever I write songs, it's just part of me to have
Yeah.
that as well.
Have that undercurrent.
Yeah.
So was that influenced or inspired by anybody, that kind of your direction to Purposeful Pop, or was it something that you just had innately in yourself?
I guess like at the time when I was starting to write music, I did discover artists like Melanie Martinez, for example, which I wouldn't say that my music sounds like her, but like I remember her releasing this concept album, which I love concept albums. It's called Cry Baby. And it's just this album with I think 15 tracks that talks about this imaginary kid called Crybaby.
Yeah.
That's not her. She said it multiple times, but it's this kid, and it's fully pop album, but it's kind of like alternative pop. And there's a song called, for example, Mrs. Potato Head, which talks about how little girls feel the need of one day grow up and have a man that will pay for plastic surgery so that they can love him
that's deep.
forever.
Wow.
And it has all like imageries of like Mrs. Potato Head, like in Toy Story.
Yeah.
And there's a concept to it. But like obviously you sing it, it's like, oh, Mrs. Potato Head, tell me.
Yeah.
And then, again, the same thing. It's kind of like you can sing along to it, and then you're like, oh my God, what am I singing about? And that's crazy to me. Or there's another song about abuse in family and a lot of like heavy stuff. But like the
Wow.
songs are so catchy, undeniably.
Yeah.
And that's the power of pop, because like undeniably it will stick in your head.
Yeah.
And if you actually sing the words that you're saying, sometimes it does become a mantra. And
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
believe in mantra or not, it will stick in your head, just
Yeah.
like when people make comments about you and they stick.
Yeah.
That's the same psychology of it. And so if music, especially pop music, has that power,
Yeah.
and that's that powerful, connecting music like Melanie Martinez, for example, did with that album, it's so powerful to me. And so
Yeah,
that's what
that
I'm
sounds
trying
really
to
cool. Actually.
Yeah.
achieve.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you have I know you mentioned off air, you mentioned the person who got you into music, which was
Meghan Trainor. I love her. I love her to pieces.
yeah. How did that happen then? What was the story behind
I
that?
think that was around like when All About the Bass came out.
The tune that
And
as well.
That was the
Sister Sue.
song
Yeah.
that-
I mean, Great tune. That's
It's
amazing. It's just like the nonchalance of that song caught me. I
Yeah.
think it resonated with my character as well. Because as much as I like digging deeper into meanings, I like an honest song that just goes cuts straight through. And that song is literally like very direct.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like those skinny, like, and I was just, I don't know, there was something lighthearted about it, but
Yeah.
it still sent a message again.
Yeah.
And with her ukulele, yeah, it just resonated with me. She was like really, and she made it look really easy. I think that's what got me into music, because
Yeah.
I saw this video of her just doing it acoustically
Yeah,
on a
yeah.
ukulele, and a guitarist I think was with her. And after seeing that video, I was like, she's literally just as if having a conversation with
Yeah.
someone,
Okay,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
there's music underneath it.
Yeah.
And it was so fascinating to me because I was just like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And
No,
so
music's quite special actually.
I still remember going on eBay
Yeah.
and buying this random ukulele for like 30 euros.
Oh, right.
I didn't
Like,
even,
yeah.
I had like my pocket money a little
Oh,
bit.
that's so sweet.
And I ordered it and I wrote my first song on like ukulele, and just like her, I had the little, then like I moved on from it, and I don't think my music necessarily sounds like her at all.
Yeah.
But I love her because, yeah, she has just like great, just honest, bubbly songs that just reflect part of my personality as well. And I love her for that.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
And then I
beautiful.
discovered other artists as well, like
Yeah.
Shawn Mendes was one of my first ones
Yeah.
as well, with like guitar. Like after I started writing with ukulele, my mom saw that, and for my birthday, she got me my first guitar.
Oh.
So guitar and ukulele, I taught myself. Not that I can play them anymore that much
Yeah.
because I use piano now as much. But yeah, Shawn Mendes was another one, and Sam Smith.
Oh man, that guy can sing.
Yeah, when
My
that was with the
God.
piano. Right around that time, I started joining a gospel choir as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh right.
Um,
Yo, you did everything.
Yeah, I just love music. And I was part of the school band. It was like, it was really cool. So yeah, those are kind of like my first
Influences.
inspirations that
Okay.
really got me into, I want to write a song and tell my story.
So also I liked, so in your bio, by the way, I set you up for that Meghan Trainor, but I'll come back to that later on.
All right.
You see how I set you
Oh,
up.
Lord.
You see how I set you up. So in your bio, you when you listed the artists that you like or inspired you
Mhm.
or you follow, it was interesting the way that you broke them down. You broke it down into different compartments. I've never seen that before. So you say, I like these guys because they're really good singers. So
Mhm.
CEO, whoever. I like
Oh,
these
yeah.
guys because they're good story writers,
Yeah.
and I like these guys because of the energy that they
Yeah.
that they bring to the stage.
Mhm.
Nice.
Normally, you just say someone say, "Oh, I love that person because of X, and I love
Yeah.
Y," but it's like you had different compartments for different singers.
I think, yeah, if you want to really be fair and kind of like, yeah, obviously, like I name dropped so many like big names, and they're good at like basically everything that they do. But if there is one thing that I love specifically about
Yeah.
them,
Yeah.
it could be like one for one thing, or like CI as well. Like, yeah, I love the power in her voice and how she bends
Sing, man.
sometimes.
Oh,
God.
listen.
Yeah, for real. And some of the rhymes that she does with
Mhm.
like with the chandelier.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, who would rhyme with chandelier
Yeah.
in the chorus and going up?
Yeah.
And it's
Exactly.
and I find that like crazy. And yeah, and some are like incredible, specifically like storytellers. I
Yeah.
don't know, like say Taylor Swift nowadays, or many others, and vocalists. Yeah, so everyone has their own thing that
Yeah,
yeah.
perfectly. So now I've set the second trap. That's going to move us nicely onto our head-to-head. So our head-to-head is where
Right.
you're going to have to pick. It's
Oh,
like
no.
it's like well, it's not. It's we normally call it a death match. Yeah. So it's a death match. So I normally pick a scenario where the people who lose die in the most horrible way. So I think this one is
Who died? What?
so whoever you don't pick basically gets boiled in a vat of oil or something like
no.
that.
This
Yeah.
is you. This is don't
Is it
I'm
is
not
it kind of like a
colluding with
kiss,
you.
Marry, kill?
essentially.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
I'll give you 3 artists. You're gonna tell me who basically stays alive, and the other 2 don't. You think?
Yeah.
All right, let's do
Right.
it.
So, all right, so the first one is Meghan Trainor.
Okay.
Yeah. Second one is Sia. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This is what he loves. He loves it when he's got you in a
And
vibe.
the third one is Alessia Cara.
And let's say, oh no.
Oh no! So, by the way, you can't
Okay.
just throw out names. You got to give us an actual reason.
A reason.
Who you're saving and why.
Yeah, and Asabi's here as an adjudicator. So, if you don't like the answer, you need to go back to the drawing board.
So
Go.
so there's just like alive or dead. There's
Yeah.
not like
Basically, you
there's
can only save one, and the
Yeah.
other 2, that's it.
That's it. And also then we burn all the music, they just get wiped out from history.
He does these things.
It
These
has to be,
heinous
it
things.
has to be absolute, doesn't it?
Crazy.
Otherwise, you know. Yeah. So choose wisely, my friend.
I'm so stressed. Oh my god. Oh Jesus.
Sia,
Broken Vic.
Yeah,
Sia.
kind of.
Alessia Cara, or
Meghan Trainor.
Meghan Trainor. I know Meghan is your sweetheart from when you're younger, but life goes on, you know.
God.
Heartless.
Just saying.
Oh my god. I guess I'm gonna be very, very brute with this.
Oof.
But don't come for me, guys. If anyone's a fan.
Yeah.
But I think I might kill Sia.
Ooh! 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 Yeah.
And I'm gonna explain, but only because you guys forced me to.
See what you've done, like.
So
Why can't we all just be in
we
peace?
can't. Sorry, it's just the way it goes. Go ahead.
Right. So, well, I'm very, like, very much a fan of a specific era of
Yeah.
Sia's music, which
Yeah.
is her earlier stuff.
Okay.
I'm talking about 1000 Forms of Fear, which has like Chandelier,
Yeah.
but also like This Is Acting, which has Cheap Thrills.
Oh,
and
yeah.
yeah, so many songs about that, and I just love when like that era
Yeah,
of
yeah.
hers, and I know that she was going through a lot of like really difficult things,
Mm.
like really difficult things, and I wouldn't be like, hey, why don't you go back to
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
sad to write better music?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to be one of those
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
and like I'm happy that she's happier in life
Yeah.
and everything. But strictly musically speaking,
Yeah.
after those two albums. Well, she did release that Christmas album, which was amazing with
Yeah.
like Snowman. I bet you guys had, like, Let's Blow Below Zero and High from the Sun. I mean, it was like a really good
Yeah, yeah.
Christmas song, and that was one of her hits as well. But after those two albums, she
Yeah.
did that Christmas album, and then she did another album which I didn't particularly like.
Okay.
Okay.
You're right, that is brutal, but it's fine.
Yeah, and I was just like, I kind of lost her a little bit.
Yeah.
So at that point, if it was today,
Okay.
and I would have to choose between the other ones,
As of now, yeah.
then I would do that.
All right, so
Because
Sia's gone.
Megan has stayed like pretty consistent with it. It's only literally just to lull the part of me that made me fall in love with them. So
Okay.
and I love when someone like tries something different.
Yeah.
But if I had to,
Yeah.
only because I prefer what I've like fallen in love with someone,
Yeah.
then it would have to be Sia.
So
Okay.
okay, so Sia's gone, she's out of the picture.
So now you've got to choose
So now you've got to
between.
choose.
Oh, I have to choose another.
Yes, because
Yeah, yeah.
basically what you needed to do was only pick one to save, but you've kind of done the
Which
flip
is
of
even better,
that.
'cause you get more out of it.
Oh my god! All right.
So it's Meghan
Megan
or
and
Alessia.
Alessia.
Yeah.
I probably go with Megan
To save or to
to
die.
die.
Damn!
Oh.
I'm
You know
sorry,
what?
Megan,
You're
I love
ruthless.
you.
Well, I only met her a few weeks ago. What?
So all of the people, all of your actual heroes that I thought you were gonna save, you took them out.
I love it. It was the unexpected.
All right, why is that?
So
Damn, man.
growing older, I feel like what Megan's music caters to now is not the person that I used to
Okay.
be anymore as much, and so I still vibe to her music, and I her last album I loved it as well, and I actually went to see her at the Capitol Summer Ball
Okay.
in
Oh.
July. It was really good. It was the first time seeing her live. It
Nice.
was really special.
That was the final goodbye.
No, I'm hoping one day to see her and to write a song with her. I hope this doesn't follow.
Let's put it out there. I
know
mean,
about that.
sorry. Mike made him. Mike made
Oh,
him.
It's only because with Alessia Cara, literally, I don't know how she did it, but the last two albums that she released, which is The Pains of Growing and In the Meantime,
Yeah.
they were literally anticipating what was going to happen in my life.
Oh,
which is
okay,
actually
okay,
kinda
yeah, okay.
crazy.
No, no,
Literally
make a
from
valid
top to
point.
bottom, those are like no skip
Wow,
albums for me.
Okay.
And
Point.
literally with the Pains of Growing came out in 2018. I had just broken up with my first love.
Yeah.
And it's all about like, the pains of growing of it,
Yeah.
like dealing with things that you're like, why do I have to deal with this? But
Yeah.
we all know about that. And then in the meantime, during the pandemic, she released this one, which is an album talking about finding yourself in the middle of things. And I
Mhm.
find myself in the middle of things all the time, having to make decisions as an adult in
Yeah.
life. You know, you have a lot of decisions. You're like, oh my God, what if I choose this? And what if I
Yeah,
choose
no,
that?
that is
And so
always
you're
tough.
like torn all the
Yeah.
time. And it really just represents me as a person.
Fair enough.
And Meghan Trainor, I love her, but like the songs, I like to have a good time with them a lot.
Yeah.
And some of them have a really cool meaning.
Yeah.
But I think through and through Alessia, just like, and
Yeah, fair
also
enough.
she's Italian. Like, she's, I
Yeah.
mean, she's Canadian, but like her whole family is Italian. So I feel
I
like
didn't know that. So,
special connection
all
to
right,
her.
okay, all right. Well,
And
we'll
so, yeah.
we'll let you
If
off.
I
I mean, that's the most surprising head I've ever heard of. That's completely.
I like it. It was dramatic.
Yeah.
Love that.
All right, so probably on a bit more of a positive note, because
Yes.
you know. that
And
was-
we've got to get through this time.
Yeah, we are. So Asabi does a social dilemma.
Yes.
Oh God.
I don't know why I did that.
I'm not good with that.
Yeah.
Well.
Well, you're gonna have to.
Hit it,
We're going to
Sabi.
have to have an answer either way.
Hit it.
Am I doing it now, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
Okay.
let's go.
All right, then. So this social dilemma is
Mm.
one of your best friends. You've known them since you grew up together.
Mm.
So you know their personality.
Yeah.
They're acting a little different. They're always short of money, this, that, and the other. But basically, the way their behavior changed, you start to suspect that possibly they could be on drugs and they're now a functioning addict.
Mm.
What are you doing?
So it's a really delicate situation because some people want to just reject I feel like some people reject people trying to help or like coming close. So it really depends, like case to case. I'm one that wants to understand a situation from top to bottom. So before I act, I need to know the whole, like, how are you? What's happening? When did this start? And are you okay? And everything. So I think the first thing that I would do is find a not too direct way of staying with them and being with them and letting the answer come out naturally. Not to be like, listen, we need to speak and I need to sit you down.
Yeah.
Because I know that sometimes people like get
Yeah.
really rigid with that, and you don't want to become an enemy at that
Yeah,
point
yeah, yeah.
because people might act like really defensive. But it's all about understanding and absolutely no space for judgment.
Yeah.
And it's a human thing. Many people have unfortunately like been in that position before.
absolutely.
So it's all about understanding and finding the right person that can help them.
Yeah.
Not necessarily thinking that you can solve their situation.
Yeah, that's a common mistake, that, isn't it?
And yeah, exactly. And just like there are some specialists out there that know way more than the average person about
Absolutely.
those things. And so redirecting the person to another person that's like the right person to speak to would be the best idea. Even though sometimes it's hard for like I'm sending you off to a stranger to like solve the
Yeah.
problems. Like sometimes you need to lead them, but with certain things that are about with mental health, it's really hard to be the savior for them. They have to kind of like
Absolutely.
save themselves.
Absolutely.
It's a really hard reality to deal with as a friend and as the person that is living
Yeah.
through it.
Mm.
So I would say letting them know that you're close, letting them know that they can come out of it because they're going to have to do that themselves, but you can just shield them from eventual other things. And yeah, just not being really sensible about it and just showing them that you're there for them, but you're not overreacting and making them worry or trigger them too much, and then leading them to the right person to be helped with, and always checking on them. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
For somebody who's not good at dilemmas, that was
Right.
quite a comprehensive answer.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
You got through that fine.
I
Yeah.
guess.
You okay? No, that's the.
I mean, I didn't have to choose between saving my friend
Well-
and Sia.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, Tria's gone. Who? Who?
See you who at this
No,
point.
there's only Alessia left.
I love you, Sia.
All right, so let's get off this down of drugs and death and all that sort of stuff. Let's hear your second song. What is it?
Well, unfortunately, it's not a happy song.
Oh, bro.
We're gonna keep the
Oh man.
the lows
What
lower.
down?
Well, so this is actually a song that I have written a year ago in January of 2024.
Okay.
It's called Uncomplicated.
Oh.
So trying to, being a really complicated person many times during the day, like very often, a lot of friends are like, why don't you just like try to let go a little bit?
Yeah.
And as when I'm looking in the mirror, I'm like trying to tell that myself sometimes, but sometimes I just feel like I'm just not that kind of person.
Okay.
I just need to get to the bottom of things, and sometimes I just like, yeah, I'm just like in a bush of full like things instead of just like breathing out.
Yeah.
And this is a song that I want to release on the next EP that I'm planning. I have like some titles in mind, and I have like a concept for it already, but I don't want to spoil it away at all.
Okay, yeah.
But also, I don't know when this is coming out. It's supposed
Right.
to be like November-ish.
Yeah,
But either way, we're having an exclusive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, you're having it. And yeah, this is
Okay.
called Uncomplicated, and I might talk about it a bit later because
Kinda wish I was more naive. I become my own enemy when it all goes wrong, even slightly wrong. I learned to protect myself. I done it a little too well. Now I'm scared to jump, but it's bad for my health. Up and down, I chase another love, left and right, but it's never enough. Is it something that I miss? They say ignorance is bliss. Breaking up without a backup plan. Feelings getting somewhat out of hand. Falling with no parachute. I try to uncomplicate it, 'cause it's my mess and I made it. Feeling so oversaturated. Unraveling every single thought. Will I ever know how to stop? Kinda wish I was more naive, but it's really hard to be. Why did things have to change? Life works in crazy ways. Up and down, I chase another love, left and right, but it's never enough. Is it something that I miss? Puzzled by a perfect fit. Breaking up without a backup plan. Feelings getting somewhat out of hand. The things I used to do, I try to uncomplicate it, but it's my mess and I made it. Feeling so saturated. Unraveling every single thought. Will I ever know how to stop? Oh. Try to keep it simple, but that's not what I do. While the earth keeps spinning, I will blame it on the moon. I'm so complicated. It's my mess and I made it. Feeling so oversaturated. Unraveling every single thought. Will I ever know how to stop? I try to uncomplicate it. It's my mess and I made it. I made it. Feeling so oversaturated. Unraveling every single thought. Will I ever know how to stop? Trying to uncomplicate it, but complicated. Yeah, I tried to uncomplicate it, but complicated. No. Uncomplicated.
Ooh,
Oh.
nice. You're just as good in English as you are in Italian.
thank you guys. Thanks so
Try
much.
German next.
Oh my god. Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Oh.
But that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Thanks, guys.
That line, but it's my mess and I made it.
Oh.
Oh, that just. Oh.
Thanks.
Yeah, it gets into your head.
Yes, sometimes you just have to deal with your own things, which is fine. Just take your time with it. But you know, with adult life, you kind
Yeah.
of know that you have to do that.
Absolutely.
So obviously we've heard two of your fantastic songs. You told us a few bits and bobs about your projects coming up. Where can the lovely public find you if they want to hear more about you?
Right. So on my Instagram is and my TikTok, it's at Vic Who. So Vic spelled with a K and then WHO. H-O. And I'm usually there or on Facebook at Vic's Music, still with a K. And yeah, on YouTube you can find me as well at the same.
And what's next is you're going to bring out an EP soon on F1.
Yeah, so I have actually an idea of maybe by the time this is out, it's going to be out already. But I have this idea of wanting to do a live version of my Italian EP.
Nice.
You know,
Like
kind of
the-
like I want to
yeah.
call it like a live from the heart kind of like
Yeah.
acoustic session, you know,
that's
like very like
sick.
stripped.
Lovely.
I love that idea, and so I just want to focus on promoting my Italian stuff, and in the meantime finish off this next English EP that I have
Mhm.
with Uncomplicated and Ghost Rhythm and a couple new songs. So
Mhm.
that's the plan, but we'll see how it unfolds.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. All right, finally then, do you normally ask me people, well, do you have a message for the people and that sort of
Mhm.
stuff? And seeing as you've got layers to your music, you probably do have a message for people.
Yeah.
So if you were to, you know, try to impart some sort of wisdom
Mhm.
that you've accumulated so far, what would it be?
I would say I have a tiny story about it,
Okay,
but
go on.
essentially, don't be ashamed of your feelings.
Mm.
I used to live with a friend of mine, and they once came up to me because they had a crush on this girl, and they were like really struggling with dealing with their emotion, and they were like, "I'm feeling so much all at once, and I wish I didn't have any emotions
Yeah, yeah.
to have to deal because dealing with I'm really bad with like they are a really good like smart person, but they're
Okay.
not as like
With illogical things.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
with the kind of emotional things like very different compared to me. But they were like, I wish I didn't have any emotions,
Oh, right. Oh.
and that really just sticked with me. I was like, what kind of a life would
Yeah,
that
that-
be without
Yeah.
any emotions? Because fair enough, sometimes it's scary to deal with them.
Absolutely.
But like, so it would be like colorless, it would be lifeless.
Yeah.
And so I really want it to be like inspiring and like lull people into like really sleeping with their emotions, like just like a teddy, kind of like being like,
yeah,
it's gonna be
no.
fine.
Oh.
Yeah, and enjoying it because life is all about that with the ups and the downs and all of that. So yeah, don't be
Beautiful.
ashamed of your emotions.
Oh,
okay.
I love that.
Oh, take a deep breath before I finish off. On that note, I've been Mike.
I've been a Savi
And we've
Hour.
had
Vic,
Woo!
Thank you,
Like,
guys.
comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh my God.
Thank you
never
guys
done
so
it.
much for
Yeah,
having
you're
me.
welcome.
Oh, thank you. Amazing guest. Thank you
Thank
so
you, guys.
much.